I feel like I'm finally getting my spark back, okay? The last 2 weeks specifically have been such a whirlwind. I was being called to do something so scary, and I can share more details maybe later, but first of all, a moment for the hair. Okay, this is my hair dried. I'm gonna blow dry it a little bit still, but like, she cute, yo. Yeah, the last 2 weeks have been pretty crazy. I haven't been posting because I feel like I don't want to ever post from a place of I have to post, I need to post. Whenever I'm sharing something, it's coming from an honest space that I'm feeling this way right now, and I wasn't feeling like this in the last 2 weeks. I wasn't feeling like myself. I just got my spark back, so here we are, we're back. And what I have to say about the last 2 weeks is that it is really important to do the work, the shadow work, healing your wounds, all that stuff is really, really important. But true confidence is when you are able to be gentle with yourself. I feel like I always thought confidence was this fierce thing that was always just, yeah, I can do it, I know I can do it. And I know there's a version of that that's also true, but being gentle with yourself and giving yourself what you need and knowing that you're gonna make it, you're gonna come out on the other side of whatever you're dealing with, you're gonna be okay, but not hating yourself or making that process harder for yourself, that's true confidence. That is true self-love. So let's talk about the different ways we can be gentle with ourselves, because I swear to God, it's not talked about. And when I say gentle, I don't mean like avoiding responsibilities. I just mean having compassion for your wounds. Sometimes when you're dealing with things in life and it reflects things back to you about your behavior and your patterns and your, I guess, wounds really, it can be a little bit vulnerable. You can feel a little bit embarrassed, you can feel a little bit ashamed, disgusted, all these feelings where you're wondering why you operate that way. And in order to actually work through those things, you have to be so kind and compassionate to yourself, because there's usually a reason as to why you became the way you are. And if you don't like it, or you're not vibing with that version of you no more, or you want to change it, that change doesn't need to come from a place of embarrassment or shame or hate, right? That change will actually really only last when you're like, I actually don't want to be like this anymore. I understand why I am this way. I love myself for getting myself this far with this version of me, but like, now it's time to switch it up. Now it's time to put this story down, and now it's time to really try and see how I can move forward with a different perspective and a different lens. Because when you get embarrassed, your ego comes in, your pride comes in, and you just don't want to like look at the thing that you're embarrassed about, but you have to look at it. You have to look at it. It's hard, but if you don't, you'll stay stuck in these cycles, you know? So I just want to talk about how we can be gentle with ourselves today, because I moved a mountain and it took so much courage, so much energy. It took every ounce of faith that I had in me. It took resisting fear in order for me to take this step in my life, and it's been something I've been working towards for so long. I feel like the circumstances of my life have brought me It's brought me the perfect people, it's brought me the resources, it's brought me the faith and the connection to God and the universe, and it's brought me a sense of love and appreciation for myself and respect for myself, and it's brought me that realization that I matter. And because it's brought me here, I was able to take this step. In hindsight, having it be 2 weeks later, it feels like it's the most important thing I've done in my whole entire life. It's the most life-changing thing. It's one of my biggest accomplishments, and I will share eventually one day. But like I said, like, I feel like I was being guided here, and I'm so glad that I listened. It can be really easy to talk yourself out of these situations, and I'm really grateful for every single thing that reflected back to me what needed to be looked at, every single person, situation, thing that reflected to me where my wounds were, what I needed to heal, what I needed to like give love to and hold space for in order to get here. And that doesn't happen without gentleness. We have to be gentle. And don't get me wrong, like I have a fierce side to myself too, where I'm like, no, you're doing these things, you're keeping your word, you gotta stay disciplined. But certain situations require different approaches. And when it's a matter of the heart, when it's a matter of the emotions, when it's a matter of your wounds, like I keep saying, maybe being disciplined and fierce that's not the place. You wanna go to the gym and you have fitness goals, be disciplined. You know what I mean? There's different places to be that rigid. The rigidness and the structure serves a purpose in other spaces, but when you're dealing with something, got to be gentle, okay? I don't even know if this light was like going in and being too bright. So what did I do in this time? I just let myself feel without judgment, yeah? I wasn't trying to fix myself. I wasn't trying to change how I feel. I wasn't trying to move on from a situation. I was just validating myself in whatever I was dealing with, and I let whatever emotion come up, yeah? I think that's the most important thing I've ever done, and I'm really grateful that I have the space to be able to do that. I've been living by myself for the last 3 months. So honoring how you feel without any judgment, because anytime you start saying, oh, I should be feeling like this, I should, the should is what's stopping you from actually feeling. And my coach always says this, don't try and feel better, and just feel. So wherever you're at is where you're at, and I've really appreciated that approach because it doesn't shame you into trying to be feeling better. It doesn't shame you into gratitude. You can't get from worry, fear to gratitude. Like that's a really big, huge jump in the scale. If it's not like a true progression, you'll just fall back into the fear. So really just allowing yourself to feel those feelings for as long as it takes, really. This doesn't mean sitting on the couch and just like feeling your feelings. It means doing what you gotta do throughout the day, but it's okay that you're not 100% happy or 100% content or inspired or fulfilled. Like you can have moments and pockets. Learning how to move through the day while you're feeling your feelings is key. So that's the second thing I did, is I still did everything that I needed to do for the most part. If I really needed to take some time off, I would do that. But I still cooked, I still cleaned, I still went to the gym as long as I could. I hurt my back. I still taught all my classes. I still was functioning like that because that would have made me feel worse. So learning how to feel your feelings while you have your tasks and things to do, that is really helpful in honoring both, because we do have to keep our lives going and we do need to feel our feelings. This was not perfect every single day by any means. It's just something that I've tried to do rather than ignoring that I'm feeling something and then trying to focus on my task, because that doesn't help either. So that was that. Then whenever I needed the time, I let myself rest. I think like one of the weeks I didn't go to my art class and I felt really bad about it, but my body was I just wanted to sleep. I wanted to sleep so much. So I was like, okay, you know what? You're just gonna sleep today. I know we want to keep our schedule. I know we want to keep going, but you're dealing with something really big. If you need to sleep, you need to sleep, you know? And so I just honored what my body needed and I was listening to it, even though sometimes it went against my task list. So it's all about kind of finding a balance of things. There's no blueprint for this. This is something that you have to kind of figure out with yourself and ask yourself. And sometimes you're gonna make a decision and you'll realize like, oh, you know what? Maybe I could have just gone. You realize in hindsight that you were capable, or that you eventually got energy, or that you were just in your brain. And those mistakes or those lapses in judgment, they're going to happen and you just have to accept it. If you're not used to being sure about your intuition or being sure about what you need to do, and you have trouble making decisions like myself, there's a process of making mistakes in those decisions that you just have to become okay with. That's just where you just have to be like, okay, life moves on. Next time this happens, I'll make a different decision and I'll see where that gets me. I'm trying to break out of these patterns of self-loathing and criticism and beating myself down just because I didn't do something and I should have done it, you know? So having grace and compassion for yourself for making that judgment call, and then just letting yourself know that the next time this happens that you can change the decision that you made, and accepting that that is kind of just what life is. It's full of experiences. So that really helped me. It's all kind of blending into each other, to be honest. And the next thing that I did, or the other thing that I did, there's no order to this really, it's all kind of happening at once. The other thing that I did was I asked for support. I actively reached out. I told my friends what I was dealing with. I reached out to my coach about, you know, making this decision and make this this change in life. I'm so glad I did, because as much as I'm trying to learn to follow my voice, sometimes things can get missed. So I did follow my intuition in asking for help and then taking the step, and that allowed me to be gentle with myself, because you don't have to carry the load alone. And my friends, if they're watching this, are gonna be like, that's what we told you. But I'm learning to put the wall down, and I'm learning to allow myself to be seen in my most vulnerable state, because sometimes it brings out a side of me that's not the most coolest side of me. And I think a hard part of life is believing that people will love you when they see the parts of you that aren't the greatest, because I've always felt like that's when people will leave. I have shown that side to people unintentionally. I didn't want to, but it came out, and they're still here. It's teaching me to reframe. Ooh, even right now I can feel it like changing in my body. It's teaching me two things. One is that these are the right people. They're sticking around kind of naturally. And two, that you do deserve to be seen in those ways and still be shown love and compassion, where I don't think I had that growing up. That's a huge shift in how you operate in life and how you move in life, because that's how you view the world that's changing. It's how you view yourself that's changing. Not to get like too scientific, but like the nervous system is changing. So it feels like I'm literally becoming a different person. Hopefully the next time something big happens in my life, that I'll make better decisions and handle it better. But at least right now I did the best that I could with the information that I had. I think I did really good in following my intuition, and I'm grateful for the experience and the people to learn and grow with, and then make, you know, better choices, because that's just what life is about. You just make a better choice next time once you've learned where you can grow. That really helped me, and I'm kind of like done my makeup. I don't know, I'm still sitting here. I should move on to my hair. Be right back. I'm just gonna blow dry my hair. Okay, we're back. I feel like we're just so quick to be down on ourselves about what we're doing wrong. It might be really hard to just acknowledge when you are doing something right or when you are doing okay in life. It's almost like we always need something to worry about and something to be upset about. And I don't want to move that way anymore. I want to see what life has to offer beyond the struggle, and I want to see what I can experience, you know? So I'm really looking forward to that. But being gentle with yourself, like, these are the tips that I use to handle this part of my life. Sometimes it requires, yep, come on in. Oh, look who it is. I'm cleaning up.
Okay, yeah, I have to read to her and then put her to sleep.
You have to read to her? Oh.
And then I calm her down before sleep.
That's so cute.
Yeah.
Look at that little, look at her. Look at her. Aw, that's not cute. Yeah. Life has been so crazy. I did not even get to finish the video that day. But my closing remarks are just that we are not meant to be in this world trying to suffer. We're not meant to be always in this like agony. I think that when things are so hectic, we should just validate the fact that we are going through something and just honor that, and then be gentle with ourselves. See, like even right now, I'm like my eyebrows, my bags, I'm not wearing makeup, like so much, but I'm in the middle of a transition. Like, it's okay to not be put together, you know? It's okay to lose it a little bit, I guess. Like, not that it's okay, like it's acceptable to like fall off, but if that happens, like you can pick yourself back up from a better place rather than shame and embarrassment. True self-love, true confidence is knowing when to be gentle with yourself. That's it. You can watch my previous videos on self-love and confidence. I'll link them. This is where I'm at right now. I hope this resonates with someone. It's a lived experience. I'm currently living it. It's not even like I'm done in this process. I'm just sharing what has been working for me. If you know of other things that help, let's start a conversation in the comments, you know? But other than that, I hope you guys have a wonderful week. Thursdays are the new drop day, and I will talk to you guys soon. Can I do the one love? One love. Peace.